I have some pre-dried watercolor paper. Let's go ahead and do some Zentangle Doodles. I'll use an old lid from one of my daughter's sippy cups, and I'm just going to trace the circle using a Sharpie and do that across the whole page. And I'm going to try to not make them evenly spaced. So it will be a pattern, but I don't necessarily need to worry about making sure that these circles are perfectly even. I want some of the overlap to be different sizes. I want to leave a few gaps even between some of the circles. Now that my circles are on the page, let's Zen doodle. So I'm going to create some patterns on the inside of each of these circles. I'll speed this up for you. And this is a great way to meditate, to drop into flow state. You can get really present and focused when you do Zentangle doodling. And it's funny, gosh, back in the 90s when I was in elementary school, I would make these doodles on my trapper keepers. Anyone out there have a trapper keeper back in the day? And I didn't know what it was called. It was just doodling, scribbling. But apparently, someone has deemed this Zen doodle. I like the name Zen doodle or Zentangle. I'm sorry, Zen doodle. I like that better actually. But this is actually a technique called Zentangle. And just experiment here. Who cares what the patterns look like? I am not hanging this on the wall. In fact, I'm going to be doing something with this at the end. I have a little surprise coming. But, this is not artwork to be framed or really even shared with anyone. I do this a lot on my own when I'm not recording myself and sharing these videos on YouTube. So, for the most part, when I do these practices, it's something I do, as part of my personal meditation practice. I'm adding some cohesive designs. So in the places where the circles overlapped, I've added some dots and some lines. And now I'm adding some color with Sharpie Creative Markers and just some really subtle detail. I mean, honestly, I just love how these markers feel on paper. So I will bring them into my art meditation practice any chance I get. And since it's self designated, any chance is pretty much every art meditation. I'm going to outline a couple of the circles just to accentuate and have some different weights in the line. And here is the Zentangle. I did forget a little area, so we'll go ahead and add some dots in that. And I'm going to cut this baby up. First, let's cut off these white edges and see what it looks like without the white border. All right, that's cool. But you know what? Let's keep going. Let's cut this thing up. When I had done the watercolor, I had, with a pencil, sectioned this off into 8 triangular spaces, and each triangle got a different watercolor. I used 2 watercolors in each triangle. And I kind of want to make a little collage here. I find that cutting things up and putting them back together is also relaxing. So here I am. It's a puzzle, trying to remember how these all went together. And there we go. Your Zentangle Doodle collage puzzle for ultimate brain relief. And just for funsies, we could even swap some of these out. That's today's meditative art moment. Thanks for watching.